partake in the world's ideas and mannerisms.
Mm-mm.
We are called to live higher. We are called to live by how the Word says and how the Holy Spirit directs us.
That's right.
Now, that also does say in the Word that we are to...
Go ahead.
We are supposed to live by the laws of the land. We're supposed to obey the laws of the land. And even Jesus turned around and told his disciple to go out there and get their tax money out of the mouth of the fish to be able to pay taxes. But we are not to live as this is our final destination. We're to live as we are going to rule and reign with Jesus. This is only a test, folks.
It's only a test. You need to set your mind on Christ, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Like 1 Corinthians 2:16. The mind of Christ is an attitude.
Yep.
Jesus himself didn't look at the 5 fishes. What he saw was, I can feed these people. The 12 loaves. I can feed this 5,000. That's what he saw.
Well, it says in his word that whatever you see me do,
Right.
you see my Father do.
Yeah.
He saw what needed to happen and
Yes.
knew it was going to happen.
He even saw healing over the sick.
Absolutely.
I mean, he saw things because of what? Positive mental attitude. He knew, let me take that back. He knew how to operate in his full authority.
Absolutely.
And he didn't let anyone sway him into negative thinking, stinking thinking, or anything else. Matter of fact, he would tell them, "Get thee behind me,
Right.
Satan."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Peter, I mean, Peter was getting ready to... Peter went and was going, no, I'll come after him. I'll go after him. And he said, "Get behind me, Satan."
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
Because he didn't leave any room. And I think that's what we're trying to tell our people now, is that you can't leave any room for error.
Because if you do, it's just like it's like Satan being on the other side of the door, and you crack the door and go, "Well, but you can come in just a little bit, because a little bit's okay." It's just like having air conditioning on the other side of the door, and the room's really hot, and so you open the door just a crack, just to get some air in. But the bad thing about it is it's not like that. Satan, once you hit that knob and that bolt comes back on that door, you have given him full access.
Yep.
No matter how much you open that door, you have already unlocked the mechanism on the door. It's all over but the shouting.
It's too late. We gotta just take this thing and visualize everything the way Jesus did. Our problem is we listen to too much TV, too much of the wrong things. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Because that's what takes stock in our mind.
Yeah.
That takes priority and precedence over our true thoughts or how we should be truly thinking on God.
Absolutely, because we got all kinds of weird things on TV and radio and everything else. So we got people talking about baby daddies.
I should have known he was going to do this to me.
And baby mamas. and she took my truck and he hit my dog.
Lord
all
Jesus.
These things, and it's just a crazy mess out there, folks. I'm telling you. But
if you just listen, sometimes you find the laughter in it, right?
You got to. You got to.
This has been an all-day thing, folks.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because it's just baby daddy, baby mama. I'm just telling you, it's because of that. The world's just going crazy, and do we partake in that? Do we decide to live that way? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And the world can jump in just ever so slightly, and then we're back over into weird things that we don't even need to be into.
Yeah.
And so, with keeping that mind of Christ, then we can laugh at stupid things like baby daddies and baby mamas, and my uncle was my own grandpa, and all the other fun things that happen.
I don't wear shoes.
Yeah, all this other stuff. But here's the other part of it. Here's the other part of it, because we've been talking about focus on Jesus, focus on God, focus on the Holy Spirit, listen to the Holy Spirit, and this is what you need to do, and otherwise. But if you fail, that's the part that everybody stops at. Am I going to fail? Well, I've got a thing for that.
Come on.
If you're walking down the street, right, and it's a busy street, and you stumble and fall into the busy street, not over on the other side of the sidewalk, but I mean right in the middle of the road, what are you going to do? You surely ain't going to stay there and lay there.
No.
You're going to get right back up. You're going to get right back up, and you're going to keep walking where you're going, because
sometimes you might have to run because the light changed.
Right. Right, because you don't want to get run over by that 18-wheeler and get tired and retired.
And you no longer be anybody's baby daddy.
Right. or baby mama. However it goes out there, guys. But the whole idea is that God does not condemn you.
Never does.
If you fail in this attempt, guess what? He's right there to pick you back up. He's right there to walk with you the rest of the way. He's right there to make sure that you are victorious and that you make it to your destination.
Yeah.
Because that's just who he is.
I got one last point in my notes here, and then I'm going to veer off course slightly.
There you go.
And bring up something that the Holy Spirit's putting on me, but you and I talked a great deal about yesterday.
Hey, there we go.
I believe it's going to bless somebody. The last point in this thing is that God gave you authority. And when he gave us authority, that included our brain, our thoughts.
Absolutely.
Our attitude, our thinking, this stinking thinking. That's a development of a product of our environment is what it is. And listening to other people. So now we're working on getting rid of all that stinking thinking. That's what this whole series has been about. So start giving your brain better commands, better questions, better direction. Watch what your intake is. Watch what you're listening to, who you're around. Sometimes, in the very beginning, I told you that I had to get rid of a lot of people I hung with or I knew in order for my thought processes to change, in order for Kenyatta to grow into Pastor G.
Right.
So sometimes we have to let go of certain things. Because if we hold on to them, the longer we hold on, the longer it's going to be before God can get to us what he's trying to get through us.
Absolutely.
So with that, smarter thoughts that you have, the better. What's good about this situation? You got to ask that question to yourself. And pause and let the Holy Spirit search for the answers and give it to you. The reason I said I'm going to veer off course is because I'm talking about how the Holy Spirit leads us and how these things, stupid little things sometimes, fall into place in our lives, but we can miss it if we're not paying attention.
Right.
So it will come up with the positives. Your mind. I'm talking about your mind now. If you give it all this stuff, it'll start to come up with positive things. It'll start to come back with solutions. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, you have a sound, healthy, brilliant mind. That's our message. So, if you have a sound and brilliant mind, brilliant heart, sometimes we have to allow that brilliance to come forth. And how do we do that? By listening to the Holy Spirit.
Absolutely.
Take it over.
With the Holy Spirit, there's one thing that everybody knows. I'm pretty sure if you have a computer, you have a phone, you have anything like this, you know about this story. And this story goes right along with that. And this lady's name is Candace Payne. And she actually has been known as Chewbacca Mom. Okay? Now, Chewbacca Mom, or Candace Payne, did not start out that way. She was just walking through the store. She had been taking back some clothes that didn't fit right away, and the Holy Spirit told her, because she's a Bible believing, blood bought, crazy psycho for Jesus, that the Holy Spirit came up and said, "Hey, go down to the toy aisle," because the size of her clothes weren't there. So she went down through the toy aisle and found this Chewbacca mask that made noises and stuff as the mouth opened. And so she gets out there, and she gets out, and it's on clearance, and she got a good deal on it, but she got out to the car, and the Holy Spirit said, "Hey, put that on YouTube, and so you can show your friends what you got." Now, she could have went, no way, I'm not going to do that. I look like a fool on there. What kind of stuff is that? But she went ahead anyway and put that Chewbacca mask on and laughed and laughed and laughed until now she's been seen 81 million times. Not only that, but she has... Her kids are taken care of. Her husband's taken care of. They've got clothes for life from Kohl's. They've got all of her kids are taken care of, and all that through ministry. She's able to use it for ministry and otherwise, and all that because she listened to the Holy Spirit for something goofy.
Something goofy.
And that's kind of what we're talking about today, folks, is that you got to listen to the Holy Spirit and quit that stinking thinking and use that thinking to be up there with the mind of Christ.
Positive, uplifting things. So let's just have you, wherever you're at, in your car, at your computer, whatever you're doing. Could be at the gym, I don't know, at work. But I appreciate you listening to us and letting us jaw jack over here about God and what He's doing for us, because we're excited. That's why we're sharing this with you. But what I want you to do right now is repeat after me. That my mindset is above only. I refuse to accept any other ways, any other forms